Hey guys, welcome back to my Fit to Ride channel. Today we're going over a body weight workout that you can do in the comfort of your own home. You don't need any equipment, but if you happen to have some, you can use it to enhance the workout. So all you're going to need is either a bench or a chair or whatever you have at home that is a slightly elevated surface. We're going to be going through 5 exercises. We're going to be going through 3 leg-based exercises and 2 upper body-based exercises. Again, you can use weight if you have some at home. The exercises are Bulgarian split squat, pistol squat, a lateral lunge, press ups and tricep dips. Before we start any form of strength training, we want to be getting mobile beforehand. So what I'm going to suggest is put a timer on, and every minute you're going to be moving on to the next mobility exercise. We're going to be starting off with the cat-cow. Now we're starting off onto all fours, and I have done a video on this, a more in-depth video, but we're just going through the motion today. All we're going to be doing is we're going to be tucking the pelvis, driving the shoulder blades towards the ceiling, and then reversing the pelvis back, dropping the chest towards the floor, and you're going to repeat that for a minute. Once we've done that, we're going to adopt the same position onto all fours. We're going to bring the pelvis to neutral, which is here. Now obviously if you're like this, then that's too much flexion in the back, so you're going to reverse the pelvis back to neutral. From there, all you're going to do is extend one leg, keeping the hips square, and then you're going to clench the fist and raise it up. You're going to be working opposites, holding it for about 5 seconds per pose, and then after a minute, moving on to the next one. So for the next one, we're going to be going into a lunge position, hands on the inside of the leg. We're going to straighten the back leg, the hand closest to the bent leg up towards the ceiling. Keep the back leg straightened, squeeze the glute on the straightened leg. Drop the back knee, drop the elbow. And you're going to keep repeating that for a minute, and then change sides for a minute. The next one is a little bit more advanced, and if you happen to have some form of back issues, then you can miss this one. But this one's going to really open out the chest and the hip. So what we're going to be doing is going onto your belly. You're going to stick one arm out and drive the elbow down towards the floor. From there, you're bringing the opposite leg over, squeeze the glute and the hamstring, and you're going to bring it round towards the floor. You're just going to repeat either side all the way up to that minute. You're going to your range of motion that feels comfortable, just till you feel the front of the chest and the hip opening out. Every exercise is just going to be 10 reps, and we're going to do 4 sets of every exercise. And if it's a single leg based exercise, that's 4 sets on either side. First up is the Bulgarian split squat. Now if you have weights, a kettlebell, dumbbell, you can use those, and I'll show you the adaptation in a second. But firstly, we're going to start off with the bodyweight version. Have your bench or your chair handy. We're going to be elevating the foot on. What we're going to be doing is leading from the bend of the back leg. If you get too much stretch through the back leg, you can hinge your hips back and just lower that chest. From there, you're going to be leading from the bend of the back leg down towards the floor, keeping the hips square, hip, knee, toe, and back up. You can have your hands on your hips. You're going to do 10 reps, and then 10 reps on the other side. If you're doing it with weights, if you've only got one kettlebell, hold it on the outside of the leg. If you've obviously got 2 kettlebells or 2 dumbbells, then you can hold them either side. Same thing, just keeping the chest upright, hinging over if you get too much stretch through the back leg. For the pistol squats, it's a very quad dominant exercise. Obviously body weight, you can have your hands either side, so you're going to bring them up as a counterbalance. One leg elevated, dropping down towards your chair or your bench, keeping that chest up, bend, and drive up. Now if you struggle, With the balance of this, you might have one leg that struggles. You're going to put the heel down on the other foot, down and back up, but just try and make sure that you're still loading this bent leg. If you've got weight, you can hold the weight in the chest, same thing, elevate the leg, up and down. One thing you want to make sure is, again, keeping the hip, the knee and the toe all in line, stopping the knee valgus or the knee caving in, and keep that knee nice and strong. Again, once you've completed your 10 reps and 4 sets on the pistol squat, you'll be moving on to the lateral lunge. Now, again, don't need the weight, but if you have some, then great. Bodyweight version, we're going to be dropping across to one side, arms up and back across. Keeping that knee, again, keep it in line with the toes, drive it up. Now, if you have weights, same thing. If you have a kettlebell, you can hold the kettlebell in the center. If you only have dumbbells, then you can actually hold them either side of the leg or in the center as well. Same thing, 10 reps, 4 sets. So going on to our first upper body exercise, going on to press ups. It's a really underrated core based exercise. So what we want to do is we want to go just wider than shoulder width, and we want to make sure that our hands are in line with our chest. Now if you get wrist problems, then check out my wrist video on how to reduce arm pump and wrist pain. From there, we're going to be bringing the elbows very slightly in so that when we bend down, the elbows are a 45-degree bend and not out to the side as a T shape. What I want you to think about doing is spreading your hands, gripping the floor, turn the elbows very slightly in, slight tuck of the pelvis. We're going to drop down, pull the way, then back up. Keeping that core tight the whole time. Drop the knees to make this easier. If you need, same thing, slight tuck. Get that core engaged, elbows to a 45, not out to the side. Again, 10 reps, 4 sets. For the final body weight upper body exercise, we've got tricep dips. Now, obviously using your bench or your chair again. The easiest version is knees to a 90-degree bend. You've got to make sure that your shoulders are down towards the hips and pulled slightly back. From there, we're going to bend the elbows to a 90-degree bend and back up. So I don't want your shoulders coming up towards your ears. From there, down, back up. Make this harder, you can extend the legs. You can cross them, chest up, same thing. Down, back up. Same as before, 10 reps, 4 sets, and that will finish off your workout. So that finishes off today's circuit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. 5 exercises, 10 reps, 4 sets of everything. If you have any questions, then obviously ask in the comments below, and also I'd like to hear your feedback based on the workout. If you want to check out any of my social links, they are in the description below, as well as my 12-week mountain bike plans and custom plans. But as for today guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you on the trail.